What if I could back to day one with Claude and start from the beginning? I create this guide so you could save 3 months of learning. The problem is, when I started to learn Claude 8 months ago, I just treat Claude like a ChatGPT. But then I start to build some workflows, separate my projects, create skills and agents for my Claude. And here I created for you a simple step process that you can do to make learning process of Claude much more efficient and become advanced in Claude in some weeks. Let's start from the first stage. We need to make a setup that provide Claude information about ourselves and about our projects, that Claude can easily understand context of our working conditions. What if we could make a master prompt that contain all this information inside one file, MD file, and in every prompt usage, all this Claude setup understand our MD file and then make this advanced prompt, because it understand our market and it understand our product. Here's a simple image to understand how to build master prompt system. We have a role definition, mission architecture, operation protocols, response framework, quality control and collaboration philosophy. What you need to do next to learn faster Claude? You can connect some tools to your Claude, then these tools will integrate it with your workflow. It can be absolutely different stack. If you're a marketing agency, you can create stack with Hikesville. If you're a data analyst, you can make integration with different tools like Observix to make analytics. Just start with one integration and simply integrate more tools every day. Let's move forward. Phase 3 is skills. Here I estimate you need 2 weeks to deeply investigate in which stage of your working process you need the skills. Of course, you can say that in the internet here is 100 of different skills, but actually the situation is looking like you have your own workflow. Your workflow is absolutely unique. You have unique business and different tasks. So your skills must be personalized for your workflow. And here I strongly recommend you to spend 2-3 weeks to make your work with Claude. And if you're making your work and then understand that this could be done by skill, you just create a new skill. With a skill creator is skill from my list. What I'm using the most is these skills like humanizer, fact checker, data analyst and so on. Also I have a list that I prepared in my previous videos. You can take inside my WhatsApp or Telegram group. I strongly recommend to grab it and integrate inside your workflow. Of course, you can change sometimes the skills to make your own work in the most efficient way. Okay, let's move forward. Building skills. Here I want to talk to you about the process, how you can build the skills. First of all, identify a task you repeat 3 more times a week. You need to type skill creator. This is the skill that's located in my group. Claude interviews you about details. For example, Claude asks you questions, Claude generates a skill MD, and you test this skill for 1 week or 2 weeks, and then you understand this skill working not so great. And you can improve some stages of how the skill works. This is continuous process. You need to analyze your workflow and make also self-improvement skills, so Claude can make a self-improvement loop after your conversation. Here I also prepared some examples for different niches like marketing, analytics, business, but don't overcomplicate with this. You should understand that if you download 1000 skills, it will overwhelm Claude and Claude will provide you worse answers. The next stage is integrations. Previously we talking about integrations with different apps, but we also can integrate with different extensions. First of all, it's Chrome extension. It looks pretty simple. You just have a Claude window inside your Google. Also, here is a Claude design. I hope you see my first video about Claude design. Office extensions. You just have a Claude inside your apps, and when you're working with your files, you can just click on Claude and it works. Dispatch. It's application that help to connect your Claude code to your phone. So you can just paste your prompt, then it's sent to your Claude on computer, and then you get answer, and this answer sent to your phone. Next stage, as for me, is the most useful, because every person who is using Claude have different repeatable process. But you can use Claude Cowork and create different tasks that will be automatically implemented. I hope you paste a like and subscribe. See you in the next videos.